In news right now, a tornado warning, I understand, in Chester County. Scott, what's going on?
Yeah, right now, Shaina, of course, we continue to follow that severe weather that's been pushing out of sections of Lancaster County into Chester County. So we'll get to ultimate Doppler, and you can see that it continues to be lit up, in particular just south and west of Philadelphia. So take a look at all of that vivid lightning right now, just kind of right there on the border of sections of Chester County, Delaware County into Newcastle County, Delaware. So a lot of heavy rainfall with this system, and also we're getting some rotation now on ultimate Doppler. So that has prompted that tornado warning until 6:15 for sections of Chester County, Delaware County, and also Newcastle County. So you can kind of see those three counties right there are being impacted by this severe weather. A lot of lightning, heavy rainfall, also some rotation with this system. I'll kind of put our storm tracks on it, and you can see that little swirl there. That is where we're looking at some rotation within the atmosphere. So this is a potential ultimate Doppler radar indicated tornado. So you can see some of the areas in particular that could be impacted by this include the Wilmington area, also right there 202 in northern sections of Newcastle County. Of course, there are a lot of businesses, shops and malls on 202. And look at that purple. That is indicative of the potential for some hail moving just to the east of places like Hockessin, Delaware into Delaware Heights. Greenville, Delaware, you're looking at, let's see, some of the highways there, 82, 92, 141, Rock Manor, the Tavistock area moving to the east here as we watch this particular cell in sections of Chester County, moving into sections of northern Newcastle County. I'm putting a hail tracker on this right now as well, and you can see we're looking at the potential for some quarter-sized hail out of that system. As we kind of zoom in a little closer here, you can very well see just some of that potential hail out of the system moving through sections of Hockessin, Delaware, Delaware Heights, moving toward the Greenville area, and also approaching the Tavistock area there in sections of Newcastle County, Delaware. So it's going to remain unsettled throughout this evening with that boundary still in place. We're looking at those tropical downpours. We're looking at the severe weather. Of course, the active tornado warning now for sections of Delaware County, Newcastle County, and Chester County, but very heavy rainfall in those areas that have already received those tropical downpours earlier in the week. So download that free FOX29 Weather Authority app. Of course, you can get a look at ultimate Doppler. You can get a look at those tornado warnings as they are impacting part of our area right now until about 6:15. So once again, we have that tornado warning in effect for sections of Newcastle County, northern sections of Delaware. That includes the Wilmington area, Hockessin, right around 202, and you can see sections of Delaware County as well as southern Chester County impacted by a little bit of that hail. So we'll put ultimate Doppler back up, and you can really see that we're looking at some rotation as indicated by ultimate Doppler, moving through sections around the Pennsbury vicinity, moving toward Chadds Ford. So right there on Highway 1 and 202, that is really the area of concern for that potential tornado. Of course, we'll continue to kind of zoom in and show you what's happening just with that very heavy rainfall impacting the area right now through those three counties, Chester County, Delaware County, Newcastle County.
This area that we're looking at, are any of these areas you're talking about the same areas that were hit very hard by Isaias just a few days ago, like Middletown, anywhere like that?
Yeah, they really are. I mean, we're talking about really, Shaina, in that area, of course, around Chadds Ford, moving back toward Chester County. The Brandywine Creek is in that area. So we're looking at not only the potential for this tornado as indicated by ultimate Doppler, but we're also looking at just heavy amounts of rainfall. Where you see that red on ultimate Doppler, the orange, and even the purple, those are some pretty intense rainfall rates, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches per hour. So it's really only going to take about an additional 2 inches of rainfall to really cause more flooding for those creeks and streams. A lot of folks have been cleaning up, trying to pick up the pieces, and here we are dealing with just more severe weather. We have this active tornado warning, if you're just joining us, until 6:15 for sections of Chester County, Delaware County, and Newcastle County right now, just kind of where all of those counties come together. We're looking at this severe weather threat, and some of the highways include Highway 1 there, moving through sections of Delaware County back into Chester County, and also 202. A lot of population and also businesses on 202 moving through sections of northern Newcastle County, Delaware. They're just north of the Wilmington area. So you can see as we continue to kind of zoom in, Shaina, I'm just going to show you some of the areas that could potentially be in the path of this Doppler radar indicated tornado. Delaware Heights, Walnut Ridge, moving toward Concord Hills, Tavistock there, 92 and 202, Grayland Crest, and this continues to move on off to the east. So, of course, we're getting a Doppler radar indicated tornado warning. I'll kind of zoom out a little farther and just show you the area that we're kind of watching, and you can really see how it's lit up with a lot of the intensity there on radar, just showing you all of the red throughout sections of Chester County, Delaware County, and also northern Newcastle County. Doppler radar indicates a lot of very heavy rainfall that continues in that area as well. We're looking at just vivid lightning right now, moving right along 202 through sections of Newcastle County, Delaware. So just very heavy rainfall with this system as we continue to follow that active tornado warning. So it does include northeastern Newcastle County, south central sections of Chester County, southwestern Delaware County. I'm not sure if we can pull up maybe some live shots coming in and around the Wilmington area of just what we're looking at as far as the lightning and some of the heavy rainfall that's going to be on the move. As we watch this system, it's moving to the east pretty slowly, only at about 15 miles an hour. So once again, you can just really see all of that vivid lightning showing up on Ultimate Doppler as we watch this slowly move to the east at about 15 miles per hour. So we're looking once again at that tornado warning until 6:15 for Chester County, the southernmost part of Chester County, moving into sections of Delaware County as well, and also northern sections of Newcastle County in Delaware. So right there where 1 intersects with 202, just vivid lightning right now taking place in that particular area. Heavy rainfall moving into Bucks County as well, as most of the area is under that flash flood watch for this thunderstorm activity that's kind of moving through. So we're still looking at Ultimate Doppler, and you can see that tornado warning continues until 6:15, but the National Weather Service has now issued severe thunderstorm warnings to the east of that area of rotation that we're watching. So severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for sections of Gloucester County, Salem County, and also into sections of Cumberland County, as well as we continue to watch very heavy rainfall, Shaina, from this system moving into Delaware County and also into Newcastle County, Delaware right now.
So, Scott, based on how slow you're saying it's moving and the size, it looks like a pretty large storm we're looking at. Are you expecting more warnings in the immediate future? Are you expecting this to expire? Can you tell by the behavior at this moment?
Well, right now, Shaina, we're continuing to follow the tornado warning for the next 15 minutes or so. There's still a lot of lightning with this system overhead of sections of Newcastle County, Delaware, Delaware County, and into Chester County. So it's still pretty electrified, if you will, a lot of energy within that system. So right now, it doesn't appear to be weakening that much over Newcastle County or Delaware County, but The National Weather Service has went ahead and put severe thunderstorm warning, Shaina, off to the east of that particular cell that we're watching right now that could potentially be causing that tornado. So I'm going to take off the lightning right now and just kind of look at the intensity, and you can still see that pink shaded color. So of course, yep, they're continuing now the tornado warning a little farther to the east of that center of circulation. So yeah, it continues to exhibit the rotation. So right now we have the severe thunderstorm warnings a little farther to the east of that center of circulation. And we also have now a tornado warning that will move into sections of Gloucester County and also into sections of Salem County. So once again, a new tornado warning has been extended a little farther off to the east as we continue to kind of watch what's happening on Ultimate Doppler. You can kind of see that red, that intensity. Now it looks like some of the worst of it is moving out of sections of Chester County and now moving a little farther to the east, really right along the I-95 corridor. So we currently have the severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for Gloucester County, sections of Delaware County, and also into Salem County. But we do have an extension now of that tornado warning that will move toward the I-95 corridor in between really say the Philadelphia International Airport and also northern sections of Wilmington there, right along I-95, and also 202 still looking at heavy rainfall. We're looking at 322 looking at some very heavy rainfall right now, moving into sections of Delaware County. So places like Media looking at the very heavy rainfall. But I'm going to take briefly let's just see here so we can get that worn box so you can kind of just see what we're doing as far as outlining this. So those are the areas within this outline here that need to be in their safe shelter, the lowest part of your home. That includes Claymont, Delaware, Pennsgrove, now crossing back over into sections of Gloucester County, the Logan area, Mullica Hill, you're under that tornado warning, Porches Mill, and then moving back toward the Powell's Grove area in Salem County. Upper Pittsgrove, you're under that tornado warning, as well as the sliver here of sections of Delaware County and also into Newcastle County, Delaware here. So once again, we're watching this move to the east at about 15 to 20 miles an hour. They've extended the tornado warning into sections of Delaware and Gloucester County. Good evening. If you're just joining us here at the top of that 6 o'clock show, of course, Shaina, we are tracking this tornado warning right now.
Yeah, to recap, tornado warning has been extended and expanded in the area. We've got Delaware County, Gloucester County, Newcastle, and Salem County. People, now would be a great time, if you haven't already, to take shelter. Definitely not a time to hit the roads or travel anywhere. I want to get out live, Scott. I believe we have Kelly Rule, who just got to Ridley Township, I want to say, where the storm is moving in. Do we have Kelly?
Yes, Dana. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's going on where you are, Kelly?
Hey, so we are at the Wawa off of McDade Boulevard in Folsom in Ridley Township, and it just, you might be able to hear it, it just started raining. I mean, it's dumping out here. It is pouring now. The sky got really dark as we came into Ridley Township about around 5:45 or so, and then we started to see some lightning. It looked like it was kind of in the distance, and then next thing you know, it was over top of us, and out of nowhere the rain came down, and it is pouring here. So we're at the Wawa. People are running to their cars, taking cover inside, or just kind of staying in their cars and staying put because it's pretty hard to see out here right now.
Now, how severe are we talking where you are, Kelly? Are you still seeing consistent lightning all around, or?
Not seeing consistent lightning as much, just, I just saw another lightning strike here. So it's periodically, it's not nonstop, but the biggest thing I'd say right now is the rain. It is pouring, and it doesn't seem to be letting up, and I just heard a crack of thunder. So that was the first bit of thunder we've heard since this started as well.
Well, Kelly is pulled over there in Ridley Township, exactly what anyone should be doing in that area. Get to a safe area, get to shelter. If you can be indoors, an interior room away from any kind of windows, now is the time to take shelter. Scott, is there any change to the area that we're talking about still under a tornado warning?
Well, right now, Shaina, we're watching it move on off to the east at about, as I mentioned, 15 to 20 miles per hour. So you can see the areas highlighted there do include sections of Gloucester County, also into sections of Salem County. So that tornado warning has now shifted farther to the east, impacting sections of South Jersey. So I'm going to quickly just take off the radar just for a moment, and you can see it has been kind of trimmed down, so it does not include sections of Chester County. You're in the clear now, and it's just including a sliver now of sections of Newcastle County, in sections of Delaware, 495, moving back toward the I-95 corridor through sections of northeastern Newcastle County in Delaware, and also just a sliver there of sections of Gloucester County and also Salem County until 6:30. So that is the latest. Places right around 202, what we were looking at earlier, are now just under a severe thunderstorm warning. So you can kind of see that area of red, that is the area that we're watching for the potential Doppler radar indicated tornado with rotation. So I'm going to put the storm track back on it and just kind of show you what we're watching here over the past several hours. So you can kind of see that ultimate Doppler is picking up on that rotation. Those markers that you see showing early, showing that we're looking at some signs of rotation. I'm going to put the radar back on so you can get your bearings and see what we're watching as far as some of that very heavy rainfall now that's moving through sections of Delaware County and now kind of riding right up the I-95 corridor just to the north and east of Wilmington. So that is where we have the tornado warning until 6:30 for sections of northern Newcastle County, into sections of Salem County and also Gloucester County. So we'll kind of zoom in a little closer here and put the radar on pause for a moment and just zoom in a little closer here so you can kind of see that rotation right there around Claymont, Delaware. That's in northeastern sections of Newcastle County, Shaina, where we do have the ongoing potential for this tornado moving just to the north and east now of Wilmington with that very heavy rainfall as you cross the Delaware into sections of South Jersey right there along Route 130, moving through Penns Grove, Oldman's there in sections of Salem County. And then right around 322, moving into sections of Gloucester County as we kind of watch this continue on ultimate Doppler. So we'll take a look at the hail track with this system, and you can see the potential was there for some quarter-size hail in northern sections of Newcastle County, also in and around places like Chadds Ford. As you kind of zoom in, you can see that there was the potential for some hail with this system as it moved through sections of Delaware County on the border there of Newcastle County, right there crossing 202. Now, just looking at that hail tracker over the last hour, you can see those colors are not as bright as they were as it continues to move toward sections of the Delaware River, crossing into sections of Salem County and also Gloucester County. So that could indicate that this is weakening a bit as it continues to move on off to the east. But we still have that flash flood threat. We're talking about 1 to 2 inches of rain really only needed to create some more problems. So with this situation as it's unfolding, make sure you're downloading that free FOX29 Weather Authority app. Of course, you can continue to get the radar updates free from the Weather Authority. And really, we've been looking at this boundary that's been draped in place for the past couple of days. We had some scattered showers and thunderstorms on yesterday. We continue with the activity. There's just been a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so we're kind of squeezing that out with the latest tropical showers and thunderstorms that are popping up across the area. And we'll put the lightning back on this, and you can kind of see that we're still looking at a lot of lightning with this system. So just a really charged atmosphere just to the south and west of Philadelphia, Shaina.
We only need a couple of inches of rain in much of our area for that flooding to become a problem, just as it has been this entire week. But judging by what you're seeing on the radar here, are we getting that much rain? Are we getting those 1 to 2 inches with this storm?
Yeah, we are, and it's going to be kind of localized, Shaina, in those areas of Delaware County, Chester County, and also Newcastle County. So we're going to have to keep tabs, in particular, Shaina, on places like the Brandywine Creek, also the Chester Creek, because that is where we're looking at some of the most intense rain right now with this potential tornado warning for northeastern sections of Newcastle County, and now it has been extended into sections of Salem and Gloucester County because we're watching for some rotation on ultimate Doppler. So, of course, that is where we're at right now. As we kind of zoom in a little closer, you can see just to the south and west, really, of the airport, we're looking at just very heavy rainfall and also still looking at that rotation. As you cross into sections of New Jersey, of course, you've got the Commodore Barry Bridge, you've got 295, you've got the New Jersey Turnpike. So those are the areas that are underneath this tornado warning right now as you move out of sections of northeastern Newcastle County and southern Delaware County now, as we watch some of that heavy rainfall and lightning. So as we kind of look at this right now, you can kind of see just south of Chester, around the Nortonville area, Logan, moving back toward the Paulsboro area eventually. You can see that purple has kind of popped back up on the radar, indicating kind of the most intense part of the storm, and I'm going to put that storm track back on it, and you can see that we're still looking at rotation as indicated by ultimate Doppler in that particular area. Bucks County looking at non-severe thunderstorms moving through, and then this is another indication that we're getting some of that rotation. So we'll kind of zoom in a little closer, and this shows you over the past hour where some of that wind shear, the greatest twist, if you will, as you go up in the atmosphere, the twist with height. So we're looking at that blue, and that kind of shows you that back to the west where that storm was first warned. We saw some of that shear, and you can kind of continue to see it growing into sections of Salem County and also into sections of Gloucester County. So that is showing us where the most intense wind change with height is with this particular tornado warning. So kind of crossing Rock Manor, crossing over the Delaware and into sections of Salem County right now around places like Oldman's, Nortonville, right there on Route 130. Route 130 stretches a far distance all the way into interior sections of South Jersey. So this is kind of on the southern end of Route 130 as it moves back down into portions of Gloucester and also Salem County. So once again, you can kind of see that wind shear is showing up on ultimate Doppler, indicating that there is a rotation with height with this system. So let's put back on the radar and just show you what we're watching as far as the intensity goes. Very heavy rainfall right now, as indicated by ultimate Doppler, where you see the orange, where you see the red. I'm not sure if we have any of those just tower cams showing you just some of the very heavy rainfall as it continues moving into places like Wilmington, just showing you the lightning flashing as well from time to time, just a lot of lightning within this system. So I'm going to put a tracker on just kind of the amount of lightning that we're getting out of this particular area. And you can see, look at that. Wow, we're talking about almost 1,000 lightning strikes within this system as it continues to move on off to the east at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So just an electrically charged atmosphere just south and west of the Philadelphia area. Shaina?
Scott, I believe we're looking at Wilmington, if my producer in the control room wants to confirm. Yes, that is Wilmington we're looking at in the top left corner of your screen, and you can't see much. Visibility very poor. Clearly the rain coming down very heavy there in Wilmington and in much of our area right now. Here in the FOX29 studio, we are in Old City, Philadelphia. A little bit of a better image there of Wilmington on your screen. But here in Old City, we're starting to hear that thunder that picking up, and we still have some severe thunderstorm warnings across our area. But of course, what we're most concerned about at this moment is an expanded tornado warning. Delaware County, Gloucester County, Newcastle, Salem. Are we still dealing with a tornado warning in Chester County, or has that been allowed to expire, Scott?
The one in Chester County has been allowed to expire, and Shaina, as we kind of focus in on what's going on with the situation for Newcastle County, that one will expire here shortly as well, and then the focus will just shift a little farther to the east into sections of Salem County and also into Gloucester County. But you can see that this system is still pretty potent, if you will, just to the south and west of Philadelphia. Very heavy rainfall right now along the Blue Route into sections of Media, looking at heavy rainfall by the airport, Chester, and then as you make your way down I-95 into sections of Wilmington, we're looking at that very, very heavy rainfall. So I'll take the radar off again briefly here, and you can see all of the lightning, and you can see, Shaina, what we're watching with the system right now.
All right, we have some new video in for you, Scott. I'm not sure if you can see this, but I know our viewers can. This is from Ridley Township. We heard from our reporter, Kelly Rule, not long ago about the heavy, heavy rain she was caught in there, had to pull over so she could do a quick phone interview with us and, of course, just stay safe. But you can see just how heavy that rain is falling down. The longer you watch, you see some lightning strikes as well. And judging by the radar, those lightning bolts on your weather graphics, Scott, it's a lightning heavy storm just all around. So everyone definitely wants to take shelter if they're in that area. Stay away from windows and definitely don't be outside if you can avoid it. If you are outside or listening to us, streaming us on a phone or something, make sure you get somewhere where you can find some shelter and stay safe from all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ultimate Doppler, Shaina, is showing you all of that vivid lightning that's moving out of places like Newcastle County, Delaware County, and now into sections of Salem and Gloucester County. And you can see that box that we kind of have highlighted. That is where we're watching that tornado warning until 6:30. That does include places like Powell's Grove, the Woolwich area, Mullica Hill, Logan, South Harrison. We're looking at Penns Grove within that area of Doppler radar indicated rotation with this system. So we'll kind of zoom out, and the areas that we're watching, of course, do continue to move. Places like 202 to the east of Wilmington, the worst of that potential rotation. So we'll put the radar back on, and you can see that we're still watching that heavy rainfall. I'll take the lightning off briefly, and then I'll put the storm trackers back on it, and you can see that we're still looking at that rotation as indicated on Ultimate Doppler, just kind of now to the south of the Chester area, moving toward really the Commodore Barry Bridge and also into sections of interior South Jersey there, really kind of between 295 and 95 there, kind of dividing the Delaware River in half as you continue to kind of watch the rotation on Ultimate Doppler. So just a lot of heavy rainfall that continues to lift on off to the north and east with this area of concern that we're continuing to keep tabs on. So it does include the Beckett area, Woolwich, Mullica Hill. You're included in that. The heaviest of the rain is still off to the west of places like Mullica Hill and also to the west of Paulsboro, but it continues to kind of move on off to the east. So we're not seeing as much of that purple and kind of pink color that we did a little earlier, but nonetheless, we're still seeing that rotation as indicated by Ultimate Doppler.
Now, Scott,
thunderstorms now into sections, Shaina, of Bucks County as well, but they're non-severe north and west of Philadelphia.
Yeah, we really can't emphasize enough how dangerous all of this rain could be. The earth is so saturated already from Isaias earlier this week. There's been so much flooding, so it won't take much for flooding to happen again, for streets to be flooded, to create some really dangerous situations on the roads that drivers absolutely should not attempt to drive through. Kelly Rule, we checked in with her a few minutes ago. We're going to do that again. She did exactly what you need to do in a situation like this, pulled over. I'm not sure if we have her on the line yet, do we?
Hey, Shaina.
Hey, Kelly. What are you still in Ridley Township? What's going on where you are?
We are. Yep, we're still at the Wawa off of McDade Boulevard, and technically Folsom, I believe. Still pulled over. Did not want to move because it's still coming down out here. So still seeing heavy rain, some lightning. It's kind of coming in waves. We've heard thunder too. Haven't heard it for the past couple of minutes. It looks like the rain slowed down maybe a little bit, but it's still pretty consistent here. So we're just staying put for now.
Yeah, as Scott's been showing us, this storm is moving rather slowly, kind of just sitting over a number of areas. I know you're saying, you know, the rain seems like it's varying, decreasing a little bit, but does it seem to be improving at all where you are? Do you feel like the storm's moving out, or is it just sitting over you?
No, it kind of seems like it's still sitting over us. I don't know if you just heard that. There was another crack of thunder. Again, still seeing lightning, and it's still just heavy rain. Not as heavy as when it started, but still heavy rain. And I think what was kind of scariest for us is just seeing how dark it got so quickly. I mean, I had to turn my car. It got so dark. So it just kind of seems like it's sitting over top of us right now. Yeah,
and we're looking at this video, I believe you sent in to us from your car. Describe the conditions on the road when this first hit. You know, it's hard to tell right now with a stationary car. The window wipers aren't moving, but just describe how heavy the rain was, what was happening on the roads around you. Did drivers pretty quickly get off the roads? Are people trying to just drive through it? What's going on out there?
Still seeing a lot of cars on the road, and I can kind of have a view of McDade from where we're parked, and I'm still seeing cars out there, but certainly visibility was tough. I mean, I had my wipers on as quickly as they could go, and it was still hard to see. You know, kind of focused on the brake lights ahead of you. So I think your advice has been great. I think if people do not need to be out right now, definitely don't be, and if, you know, you have the opportunity to pull over and hang out at a Wawa, which is not a bad place to be, certainly do that, because, it's not good to be driving right now.
Oh, yeah. There are much worse places to be stuck, but it's why you always hear that phrase, turn around, don't drown. It doesn't actually take that much water for a car to hydroplane, to lift up a car and sweep it away. It can be so dangerous, so we can't emphasize that enough. It's not worth speeding through those waters. Just take a few minutes, wait for the tornado warning to expire, wait for the rain to calm down a little bit before getting back on that road. Scott, what are you seeing on the radar? Is anything changing? Is it moving out at all?
Well, Shaina, it continues to move on off to the east at about 25 miles per hour, and the National Weather Service has kind of reduced the size of that area under the tornado warning. So that's a little bit of good news. It's kind of gotten smaller as far as the area of potential concern. As we look at ultimate Doppler, though, you can see the heavy rainfall just south and west of Philadelphia along the I-95 corridor, but we'll zoom in. Still a lot of vivid lightning right now approaching sections of Philadelphia. And right now, Newcastle County, Delaware County, Chester County no longer under that tornado warning, just a sliver of Gloucester and Salem County underneath that tornado warning. So we'll kind of zoom in a little closer and take the radar off, and you can see within that red box that we've kind of highlighted here, that includes still places like Mullica Hill, Powell's Grove, Woolwich, also that corridor that kind of runs right through this area is 295 and the New Jersey Turnpike. We're looking at a lot of lightning in this particular vicinity. So Logan, Beckett, Rulon Road, as you move back toward the Porches Mill area, Harrison, South Harrison, you're under it, Point Airy, Avis Mills. Back down to Powell's Grove and Union Grove, you're under that tornado warning. So let's put the radar back on, and you can see we're still watching just the heavy rainfall where you see that red and also that vivid lightning. Now, over the past several minutes, that purple, that pink color that we were showing, that's starting to weaken just a little bit. So that may be indicating that this cell is weakening a bit as it continues to move on off to the east. So you can see earlier we were looking at, I'll pause it there, just between Oldman's and Chester, that pink, that kind of fuchsia color, and that is likely where we've had some hail. And then you can see over the last several frames as it continues to move on off to the east, we're looking at it kind of tending to weaken a little bit. But I'll put that storm track on it, and you can still see that there is some rotation within this. So that is why it is prompted as a tornado warning. Back into Bucks County, you can see some of that heavy rainfall. We'll look at the sheer history with this. Basically, the rotation with those winds with height, and you can see that over the past several frames, not seeing a whole lot of shear into sections of Salem and Gloucester County as much as we were in Newcastle County, Delaware, but nonetheless, we still have that active tornado warning. So the best place to be is to go to the lowest, most interior part of your home. You'll want to get into a basement. If you don't have a basement, you'll want to get into a closet. Certainly something to keep in mind as we continue to watch this. Now, as we go hour by hour, that activity is moving to the east. It will eventually move into sections of Camden County, Burlington County, and then eventually into the shore communities. Later on this evening, we're talking Atlantic County, Cape May County, Cumberland County, and then into central and southern sections of Delaware as we watch this slow-moving frontal boundary that's been draped across the area really for the past 48 hours, causing some of those tropical downpours that we've been getting. So we're looking at some of the cameras across the area showing you that heavy rainfall, showing you that lightning, and continuing to follow Ultimate Doppler with those storm tracks on it. The rotation continues through sections of Salem and Gloucester County, and that's where we have that warning still in effect until 6:30. But you can see just to the east of that, they've already put out severe thunderstorm warnings, because even after the tornado warning is allowed to expire, we are still talking about the threat for some winds in excess of 60 miles an hour. We're looking at torrential downpours and also that vivid lightning with this system. So right now we're still watching that tornado warning that's impacting places just south of the Chester area as you cross really the Commodore Barry Bridge and get into sections of Gloucester County here. You can see 322 over to Mullica Hill, Logan, and then back down into sections of Salem County. That includes places like Powell's Grove and areas around Union Grove rather. You're underneath that tornado warning there in sections of Salem County. So it continues to move on off to the east, and as it looks like it's weakening a little bit. So we're going to see if they're going to extend this beyond 6:30, that tornado warning that is in effect for sections of Salem and Gloucester County. Elsewhere, we have severe thunderstorm warnings that have been kind of put in place off to the east of the center of that we're watching here, with the most intense activity that's moving right now into Salem and also sections of Gloucester County. Shaina?
So Scott, as we take this live look, the top corner of your screen, that is Westchester, where it looks similar around our area. You can hardly see through the lens because there's some rain, some condensation on that lens, but it's very cloudy. You can't see any lightning from here, but it's raining heavy rain just sort of sitting over much of our area. I can't help but wonder, Scott, is this typical for this time of year? We're early August, especially after what we just saw with Isaias. Is this something you would expect this time of year, a tornado warning?
Well, you know, tornadoes can happen any time of year, Shaina, but it is typical in that it's summer, and also that we just have had so much tropical moisture in place with having, of course, Tropical Storm Isaias on Tuesday. The atmosphere kind of got a little break to rest, and we still have that boundary that's draped across the area right now. And we saw just enough sunshine in the atmosphere to kind of help heat things up and lift some of that moisture into the atmosphere. But right now we're getting really just that heavy rainfall that continues across the area. So I'm trying to see if I can get an update on that particular tornado warning to see if it's going to be allowed to expire through sections of Salem County and also into Gloucester County. I think it will probably be replaced, we'll see, with a just severe thunderstorm warning for sections of Gloucester and also for Salem and Cumberland counties will be under that severe thunderstorm warning as well. So still just kind of watching this to see what happens. Ultimate Doppler, of course, showing you that we're watching that severe thunderstorm warning. We're watching that active tornado warning that should continue for another minute or so through sections of Gloucester County and also into sections of Salem County, right between 322, the New Jersey Turnpike, and 295. It does appear to be weakening a bit as it continues to move on off to the east. So, of course, continuing to keep tabs on that. Elsewhere across the area, we're just looking at that very heavy rainfall, just kind of adding insult to injury from the folks that have been trying to clean up and pick up the pieces. So yes, it has been allowed to expire, Shaina. No longer dealing with a tornado warning. We're looking at severe thunderstorm warnings now to the east of that activity in interior sections of South Jersey. Shaina?
Okay, so good news there. Tornado warnings have expired. We still do have, as Scott just explained, some severe thunderstorm warnings. So continues to be a dangerous situation when you consider the potential for flooding, the flooding we've already been dealing with across our area this week. And these storms, even without the tornado warning, are still bringing heavy, heavy rain. And as he has shown us, they're not moving very quickly. So, of course, you still want to stay weather aware, stay alert, and be careful out there. But again, the tornado warnings have expired. No longer necessary to take shelter for that. Scott, thank you very much. I think we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to go back to programming in progress.